recent poll, it was claimed that 2/3 of the British people thought our government was corrupt. I think it's way, way more than 2/3. The greedy people have stolen our democracy and are now calling themselves politicians. And they have turned our democracy and our constitution into a tyranny. So what now? Some people ask me, how would you suggest we solve the problems of the world? And I ask, what problems? And they come out with a long list of things from homelessness to starvation, to wars, to energy crisis. And I have to stop them and say, look, the world has only got one single problem. If you deal with this one problem, all others will vanish. And they ask me, so what is it? And I tell them, you must deal with the greedy people. These greedy people are evil and are the one single cause of all the suffering on planet Earth. And until you deal with these evil, greedy people, things can and will only get much worse. The imposter, currently squatting in number 10, recently said that transparency was most important. And yet when asked about his £500 million investment in Moderna vaccines, he declined to answer. So clearly we live in a tyranny. It's very simple, really. In a democracy, the people know everything about the government. But Rishi Sunak has pointed out to us that it doesn't work like that anymore. The transparency he talks about is one of tyranny where they, the greedy people, know everything about us, but we know little about them. The greedy people have amassed personal fortunes which, because they are the greedy people, they keep to themselves. They have stolen the financial resources of the world from all the people to themselves. In my world, my utopia, the leader would be a champion of love and peace and would be hailed as a king, not for the type of blood in his body, but for what he did for the people of his country, i.e. increasing the wealth and quality of life and keeping peace with other nations. For us, the normies, the common folk, we the people, they would be our champions. For example, Rishi Sunak and wife have control of £370 billion. In my world, it would be a crime for any person to keep or have to themselves at their own personal disposal, personal access to such a vast amount of the world's money supply. It would be illegal. In my world, there would be no such thing as a billionaire. It would never be acceptable for one family to store or hoard vast amounts of personal wealth in offshore bank accounts. It would be a major crime to do so. Imagine it, all the problems in the UK, the homelessness, the hunger, the NHS, the energy crisis, all of the problems could be solved very quickly if Rishi Sunak recycled some of his fortune back to the people he took it from.